Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Hello to my new subscribers and hello to my existing subscribers. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my post. In front of me I have a new project. It is a die set from KSCraft. This is a completed suitcase box that I have put together. Had a lot of fun making this set. It can be a little bit different and difficult in some areas, but in all, it was very easy to put together in most parts. I had made mine with a shaker top. I used the beautiful paper from Teatime and Dolls. Now her paper collection is available on a Ko-fi site. I will link that site down below if you are interested in purchasing this paper line. I don't believe it might be available in A4. You may need to perhaps message Caroline on Ko-fi and she may be able to tell you what size that paper line is. She has 3 different paper line collections, I believe, available, and this is one of them. And this is really beautiful. It's just look at that. It's just so pretty. I love this paper collection. It's just lovely. On the top, I added the new butterfly that KSCraft had just released about a month ago, and I used her paper line, but I embossed this beautiful butterfly with embossing folder, and it just looks amazing. I love this butterfly. I don't know if you can see the embossing on it, but it is lovely. The wings part here on the edge do layer over the top, and I've placed some lovely gold foil underneath that, so you can see the little spots come through the wings on that lovely butterfly. I also embossed the middle section of this butterfly, and I did it in gold foil on the top to overlay that. And on the top, underneath this overlaying metal paper, cardstock or paper, I've added acrylic wings just to keep the dust away and just protect the actual embossing on the top. I think it really adds that lovely look on that butterfly. Underneath the paper line, there is underneath the inside the shaker, I've made these little tiny flowers. Now these flowers here are from they might be from the different die set. I can't remember now. Oh goodness me, my brain is bad. But anyway, I've made these little tiny flowers and I've laid them and I've added little tiny dots, little cutout dots, cardstocking dots that is, and I've put them as a center of the flowers as well. And I did them all in the same kind of color cardstock that coincides with the paper line that Teatime and Dolls have available. Oh, just so pretty. And I also used it in the backing of the top layer of my lid of my box of the shaker there. I added a little filigree here from a die cut set that I have in my stash from AliExpress. Don't know what die set that was because I just picked it out randomly from my stash and I didn't look at the label of what it was called. So I cut it out, found some pieces that was some, well, I didn't actually cut it out. I cut it out a long time ago. But I keep all the little bits and pieces because I think, well, one day I'm going to use them. And, well, that's what I did. I used them. So all the little bits and pieces, all the offcuts, whatever, I keep them all, especially they're decorative, and I've placed it in the corner. So that's my little shake. I also put a little bit of little round circle. I can't remember the names now. Polymer clay circles. That's what it is. Coloured polymer clay circles that also coincide with the colour of the box. So I made that into a lovely shaker. Whee! It's really fun. Okay. Again, I added a little filigree on the top here in front. I've added the lock opening and closing lock, which works very well. I've added with some slip pins, some pink ones, pink slip pins, because it goes with the colouring of the outside of the box. The handle itself is done in gold cardstock, and I've added tie back again, reinforced on the handles as well as the loops and the part that ties the handle together that's on top of the box. So it reinforces it as well. There's also tie back inside the closure in here. There's tie back in there. You can see it kind of like bobbling up a little bit because it's reinforced with the tie back in there, the whole section there, because that part will probably get used and ripped with the opening and closing. The same part here is also enforced with tie back underneath the paper line in the cardstock. So that closes quite well. I've added a little gold dangle of the butterfly. Really cute little filigree of a butterfly there. It's a little metal with, I guess it's probably just painted gold. I think it's very pretty. That just dangles there because it coincides with the butterfly on the top. There are no hinges on the back. Just added some gold ribbing, just offcuts of gold ribbing, just to bring the goldness from the top to the edge. Again, with some filigree pieces of offcuts that I've placed there, just as a decorative purpose. The tie back again is on the back, so that won't rip and wear away that easily on the fold, so there's no hinges. So it makes the opening a little bit easier. Look at that paper line, isn't it gorgeous? Love the paper. Also on the front of the box where the handle is, I've placed two little flowers that coincides with the flowers on the top. Really pretty. Again, in the same sort of coloured cardstock as the paper line is itself. Now, because the paper line is basically pink and teal or mint, I thought I might do the inside of the box pink, teal, and or mint. Now, this part I found was tricky because there's no die set for this bit here. Okay, there is no die set for that. It's a little bit tricky, but it does slide out if I can get it out, because it's a little bit sticky. I should have put some baby powder in there. It might have been easy to slide out. But yeah, it's quite tight fitting at the moment. There we go. And inside that box, I put a rim of cardstock just as a stopper to stop the tray from going any further to the bottom. And again, it's got the teal cardstock. And you can see in here, this is what I mean. In here, I've reinforced it. If you can see the bottom here, it might be a bit hard because there's no lighting. The lighting's a bit off. But there is a slab here, a little bit of cardstock there. That's the tie back in there. Yeah, I didn't do a very good neat job, but that's what it is in there. And that's the box, the compartment that goes on the top. You don't have to have this, but I added in there because I think, well, I saw other people doing it, so I thought, well, I might as well do it too. But there's no die for that. So the only way I did that as to cut that piece out is I measured the inside circumference of the die of this piece here that you see. That is a part of a die set, or part of the set in the dies. And I used that as the base to fit this in, but I cut a tiny piece all the way around it. I didn't measure it. It's all eyeballed. And then I kind of eyeballed the thickness of the cardstock of the rim here, of this rim around the edge here. And I then made it so it will fit around the edge here. And then I placed another piece of cardstock on the top again, the same cut size as this, a little bit thinner again, and lined it on the inside. And I did it in pink. Yeah, all in pink. And I added the ribbon in between the two cardstocks as well. So I've got that there as well as a pulley section. But it all closes really well. It's all very nice and reinforced, quite hard, as you see. I'm sorry I'm going off camera again. But there you have it. That's my little suitcase box. And I really hope that you like my post. I'm having a lot of fun with this at the moment. But I really hope that you enjoyed my post today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And I'll see you soon next time. Bye-bye for now.